Hello, everyone. My name's Kathryn, Left Undone Incomplete Investigations. Welcome. Today, I want to talk about an 18-year-old young woman by the name of Naomi Irion. She was last seen on March 12, 2022, in a convenience store in Fernley, Nevada at 5 a.m. Naomi was on her way to work that morning. Her employer is Panasonic in Reno, Nevada. She stopped in this convenience store that morning, then left and drove to Walmart. Within the next 25 minutes, she would be abducted. Per her family, she parks her car at Walmart and takes the bus/shuttle to Reno to go to work. When she pulled into Walmart, she parked her car. However, there was a guy, a sinister person, lurking, watching her. You can see him on this video surveillance that I'm going to show you. So if you can see over here, there's a guy right here. So I recorded it. I wanted to get the better mouse on here for you. He's lurking, right? And Naomi's car is parked over here. He's walking very slowly and very casually. As you can see, he comes all the way up here, and this was planned because look at his outfit, is that a word? Hoodie, face covered up, long pants, arms in pockets. We're going to show you again. He lurks around over here. He's very paying attention. Now, from what I understand, he came behind her car to the driver's side and made her move over. I mean, if I didn't know better, or I don't know better, this could possibly have just been planned. You know, it looks very planned, in my opinion. Like they knew she was going to be there. It doesn't seem random, which is very strange. Obviously, if this is her routine every day, maybe that's why. But it's very scary. And she was in her phone, in her car, using her phone. So Naomi moved to the United States full-time last year to live with her older brother, Casey Valley, in Fernley, Nevada. Naomi apparently grew up in the U.S. and Texas at one point, but she also moved overseas with her family in diplomatic communities. Her father works for the U.S. State Department, and when she came back here to the United States to live with her brother, she took a job at the Panasonic factory in Reno. And what she does is she takes the shuttle from the Walmart parking lot to work the day she works. That was the parking lot she was abducted in. Now, she did tell someone she had been being sexually harassed at work, but on March 12th, when all this went down, she was abducted in her car at 5:24 a.m. The man approached the vehicle and got in. Her car was actually found days later, but there's been no sign of her or her belongings since then. The suspect is believed to be driving a nice truck, a really nice 2021 or 2022 Chevrolet Silverado high country truck. It also looks just like the Denali. I saw a Denali that looked like this today, and I was like, are you sure it's not a Denali? It had the same window that they're describing, which I will get to. It has chrome door handles, and it's believed to be dark blue. Anyone with information is urged to call the police in Nevada at 775-322-4900, which is an anonymous tip line, or the general tip line is 775-577-5206. Here's a quick video I found on her Instagram. I do want to say something to anyone watching this. I do not have a channel where you can family bash or accuse anyone in her family or anybody closest to her of foul play. We just don't do that here. We let the police do their work. Allowing law enforcement to do their job is what we need to do for this, but we need to keep our eyes peeled because look at Gabby Petito. Look at the other cases. Joshua Bohannon's body was just found, which is another case we've been following by a YouTuber, I believe. So keep your eyes open, please, whoever you are, wherever you are. You never know who's going to spot this truck or Naomi. And her life depends on it. As her family says, her life actually depends on this right now. So this is the missing flyer for her. And we do know she was last seen wearing a blue Panasonic company t-shirt, gray cardigan sweater, gray pants, brown boots. Her brother did say they appear to be like faded black, looking more brown to gray brown boots, but they were older knockoff Uggs. Carrying a black purse, and her phone is an iPhone 10 or 11. It has not been found. She has green eyes, one with brown in it, and her hair is currently dyed black. It's naturally brown. She weighs 230 pounds approximately and is 5 foot 11 inches tall. And she has a septum piercing and smile face tattoo on her right ankle. Also, the man that approached her that morning, he forced his way into the driver's seat of her vehicle, and 3 days later, her car was located next to the Sherman-Williams plant, which is very close to the Walmart, and, of course, she's still missing. Down here, you can see the vehicle of interest. This is the truck they're talking about and the suspect. He was wearing a gray hoodie and a mask. They do want the driver of this vehicle, and they have identified him as a person of interest in this blue truck. But, obviously, a lot of times those person of interests are actually very interesting because they're important. They said the truck has been identified as a dark colored 2020 or newer Chevrolet 2500 high country four-door pickup truck. And again, when I looked at the Denali, it looks identical. So I don't know if they saw a tag on the back of the truck that actually said high country or whatever, but just so that you know. If you come across any evidence, they say her cell phone, a purse, clothing, shoes, anything that can be related to the case, don't touch or pick up. Notice Notify the sheriff's office immediately because you don't want to contaminate it. The other thing is they could be anywhere. From the press conference, her mother and brother did point out that where she was is very close to major thoroughfares. You know, um, she could be anywhere. So we want everybody in the country and below and above to be looking out for her. Series of events, March 12th, 2022 at 5:09 a.m. Naomi parks at the Fernley Walmart. At 5:09 to 5:23, she's active on her social media. At 5:23, she sends a Snapchat. At 5:24, the suspect is at her vehicle, and at 5:25, her vehicle leaves Walmart. On March 15th, her vehicle has been recovered, and here is the cell phone mapping. So what I'm seeing is the pings, right? Okay, here he comes from this side. You'll see him enter the screen here. And he's walking towards these cars. There he is again, just to show you one more time. And she's parked over here. So here's just some closer stills of all of this. There he is walking by. There he is walking a little bit further down. And there's a close-up of him. And then again, the video that we just saw. Now here's a daylight picture of her car when it was found. So you can see it's a bright blue car. That is Naomi's car that was found, and I'll show you on the map where it was found on the 15th, just 3 days later. Now, here's the other picture that shows the car that comes in and parks. This car, they were looking for it. They did announce today, March 22nd, that they did find the occupants of this car, and were able to identify them. They didn't say anything else, but you can see they're going right past her car. Her car is right here. You can see the blue, right? They pull in, leave the headlights on. There's the person over there. And we can just wait and see. You can see him kind of lurking around over here until he starts to walk this way. I mean, for it being a little bit like there's people around, seems very brazen, whoever this guy is, unless they're all in cahoots. But the sheriff's department did say they identified the person that pulled in this car. See, these headlights are still on. And here is the suspect in this top right corner. Almost like he's got something to do with that vehicle there, or he's just hiding there. You know, when he walked in initially from down here, he went past her car. Did he notice her and then just start lurking around like, oh, there's, a prime target? Or does he know her patterns and know where she was and came there specifically for her? Those are all questions I have. Well, watch this. Okay, so he's going to walk past these headlights. These headlights are still on. I mean, maybe we don't see her getting abducted. Maybe that person did get out of the car at some point right before he abducted her, because they aren't releasing that to us. But as you can see here in a minute, he's starting to move this direction. And I'll try to zoom in a little bit too on another. We'll copy it over and zoom in better. Now he's walking, he's looking. Apparently, he obviously knows she's there in that car. He's still lurking right there, right on the side of her car, looking, walking back again. Just reminds me of a freaking coyote or a lion stalking their victim. So disgusting. Freaking animal. People like this are not humans. What could he possibly want with her? It's just awful. Okay, now he's strolling his way up here as if maybe he's waiting for the person that pulled in with these headlights to get out of their car and go away. Those headlights still on. I also noticed something weird about his one leg, and let me know what you think. Could he possibly, is there something odd about his leg? His foot? It just looks different. Now he stops right there, and those headlights are still on. Now, this is the best I could get to zoom in a little bit to see what we can see anything else. We can see her car. I'm sure we're going to see some movement. As you zoom in, it's super blurry, but I'm trying to get that right top corner best I can. So let's see what we can see here. This is the first time I'm watching it zoomed in like this. There's that car going by. You can see the reflection. You'll probably see it pull in right now. Yep, there's the headlights. And there is the dude there. Still see him. Movement. Is there somebody else there? It's almost like he's talking to somebody on the other side of that vehicle. Gosh, I wish this was better. I have cameras that are a million times better than this in my house. Like, you can zoom in crystal clear. I don't understand why these stores don't have a better quality camera. I mean, it just doesn't even make sense to me. I guess it's just surveillance, you know what I mean, for a store. But man, there are better cameras out there. I can tell you that for a fact because I have one. And I bought mine on Amazon and they're awesome. But there it's just kind of those headlights are still on. like we said, they stay on the whole time. They don't show us at all when they go off. But he clearly, you know, initially remembers kind of chopped up, but he walked past her car from this end first, went down there, lurked and lurked. Did he see her in there? Did he have this planned? Was this impulsive? What's going on? You can just see him in the shadows there, just lurking. Very strange. Wherever he is, I hope she's alive. Gosh, we don't need another. It's just horrible. Freaking people. Hate evilness. Here he comes. His legs are getting illuminated from the headlights there. And he's coming this way. Look, totally looking right at her car. I'd like to know what happened with that vehicle, because I don't think anybody would be that brave to kidnap somebody right in front of another vehicle. And if they're not connected, according to that last press release, seems very odd. So the most recent press release on this whole thing says the search for Naomi Irion, who went missing on March 12th from the Fernley, Nevada Walmart parking lot. Through your help, we have identified the vehicle and the occupants that appear in the Walmart video minutes before Naomi was abducted, and investigation continues. The Lyon County Sheriff's Office thanks the citizens for their continued support in helping us find Naomi. So they identified the people in there. So let's look at Google Earth and find the Walmart Supercenter in Fernley. Okay, so whatever the east side was of the store, that's where she was parked, and that's where this criminal came about and found her and got her. So pretty freaking scary stuff. I think you'd be okay in a public place like that, but if he was stalking her, if he was watching her, if this was her normal routine, he might have known. Now, from here, she went to the Sherman Williams. So let's just get directions to Sherwin Williams. Fernley. Okay. Not very far. That's where her car was found. So really, if that's where this truck was, they're saying that that's where they got the picture of the truck at this place. So, and there was evidence of her car having criminal activity. Not sure exactly what that means, but criminal activity, probably there's some kind of signs of a struggle, maybe some blood. I don't know. Who knows? But that's really, really freaking scary. So then where did they go from there? They got the 80 corridor. They literally could be absolutely anywhere. They could, Reno's over here. They could have gone down here at California. I mean, it's just Unbelievable. And like I said, I live in Southern California, and I saw a Denali today that looked exactly, and it was in a weird spot, but a Denali looked exactly like the car they're describing. And then when I looked up the difference between the Silverado and the Denali, they're very close, like similar cars. And it was dark and it had that window. But I didn't think anything of it because it said Denali. So I did ask somebody to check into that if it could possibly have been a Denali. But that would be so random, like seriously random. Like, could you imagine? But you never know. They could be anywhere. They can be anywhere on the freaking country, or even Canada or Mexico. Who knows? It's very scary. Please keep your doors and windows locked when you're in your car. Get some pepper spray. Learn how to defend yourself. We are so vulnerable sometimes and we don't even realize it, that people can be stalking us. And really, truly, I mean, I have cameras at my house. I have pepper spray. I have other things to protect myself with. And it's sad that that's how we have to live, but we really do. Thank you for watching Left Undone Incomplete Investigations. We will continue to follow this case. If you're new, please subscribe. Hit that like button. It helps me with my channel, my videos. It's a small thing you can help support this channel by doing. Thank you again. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you soon.